Hey, this is The Finder. Today is July 10th, 2010, and we are making another vlog. This time we are going over to Evolution Amateur MMA in Sayreville, New Jersey, and by we, of course, I mean Pete Lampisona in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, as always. Now, Pete, you've actually been to these shows before, so tell us a little about Evolution MMA and what you think of the shows.
Yeah, I've actually been to them since the first one that Steve Katz put on.
Ahead, keep left.
That's the charming voice of our GPS.
Yes, the
hot mama.
GPS.
What'd you do her?
I actually went through and I'm like, I'm gonna need a sultry voice to give me directions, or else I'm just gonna get bored.
Talk dirty to me, baby.
Yeah, this was about as sultry as I could get. But on to Evolution AMMA. I've been going to these since the first one, actually, and I was always very impressed with a couple of things. One, normally with amateurs, you never know. Like, these are all guys making their debuts that never fought before, but this promotion seems to have a knack for getting together some action men, you know, guys who match up well and keep a good pace. I rarely see a stalemated fight in these. In fact, I can't immediately think of one that I have.
And I don't really know much about the amateur MMA scene in New Jersey, or just in general on the East Coast too well. So I can't really tell you about any of the names we're going to see. I do know that I am very interested in seeing one man in particular, and that man is named Billy D. Williams. I cannot wait to see Billy D. Williams. He's on the card. 2-4. 2-4 record. I
saw Billy D. in his second win, actually, and I was kind of upset that it wasn't the one I was thinking of either. But
I was hoping to see Lando Calrissian, but you know, whatever. At least he's there. He's fighting on the right side on the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah. He's actually. He's one of those guys who comes in for those, like, Matt Hughes style power doubles, where he picks the guy all the way up and slams him down. He had like something like 8 slam takedowns against. I don't know. I haven't seen the guy he was going against again, so I don't know if Billy D has trouble keeping people down, even though he gets those good takedowns, or if the kid was just very slippery. But yeah, with him, it's good to see him have those nice crowd-pleasing thuds against the mat. So
Colt 45. And in other news, you know, we're still pretty early on in the journey now. We just left Queens, which was very slow because there's been a lot of traffic already. In fact, take a look here.
Right.
You can see if it's mild traffic. It's not too bad just yet, but we are slowed down. We got a little late start. But the good thing about this amateur show here is that it actually starts at 5 p.m. And another good thing is that there's a free buffet, which we're looking forward to a lot. So we'll catch you then. We'll fill you in if anything else happens along the way. But otherwise, we're going to see you at Evolution Amateur MMA in a bit.
We're in Crooklyn.
Yes, that's right. We're in Crooklyn now, driving through. We just had a interesting conversation that we wanted to bring you fans in on. We're deciding, or we're talking about fighters punching out video game systems. You know, if fighters get a lot of money, what do they do with that money? They usually end up buying drugs. So we figured they can probably get a better high from just buying video game systems and punching them around. I'm sure it probably happens a lot. So we were just discussing, actually, boxer Joe Calzaghe punching Xbox 360s. I want to wonder, how many Xbox 360s do you think Chuck Liddell could break in 30 seconds?
Well, I would say that he'd have a nice start with the first one in one shot, and then have a ricochet knock him unconscious.
Awesome. So he get counter struck by the 360.
Yeah, it's too easy. He doesn't keep his hands up is the problem.
And what about somebody like Fedor Emelianenko? Because he's a little bit of a wild striker, but he does have that pinpoint accuracy. What part of the Xbox should he hit if he wants to completely annihilate the system?
Well, I mean, if you're coming in with those looping overhands that he does, those sort of like those casting punches almost, when you throw that, you're actually looking to like aim so the forearm is in front and then sort of whip into the middle. Problem is, those things are pretty structurally strong.
All right, then maybe something weaker like PS3. Those things are kind of junky.
Well, actually, you could get better on that just because you could also stand them. You know what? Actually, with the 362, if you stood it up straight rather than the horizontal configuration.
Now, let's talk about some old school fighters here. You know, maybe let's talk about somebody like Don Fry. How would he fare against an Atari 2600? Those are built to last. Those systems are built to last.
You know, I actually think that he has a high score in Kid Kangaroo, but
I wouldn't be surprised. And now I'm just going to turn the camera over here as we leave. We're driving through Brooklyn, and that's New York's skyline right there. It's a little hazy today, but there it is. Say goodbye, New York. So we just made it into Sayreville, New Jersey. We're here at the venue, which is a lot smaller than we were expecting it to be. It's this little club here called the Club Abyss. It's about 3:45, and the good news is there's actually a line of people waiting to get in. So that's a good sign already. It's just a very small venue in the middle of nowhere. I mean, getting over to the spot, we were not really expecting too much, and I think our expectations were met pretty clearly, right, Pete?
Yeah, though, to be fair, looking at it, at least you know that they're going to sell it out.
Yes, easily.
Yeah, so they're definitely making money on this, at least. And again, I recognize the name, so the venue really shouldn't be, we really shouldn't take away from the show. Some of these guys tend to put on good fights. But yeah, this is a little bit of a hole compared to where they normally put these on.
Yeah, so there you go, folks. We'll be inside in a few moments and see who else is in there, but for now, interesting outside. Can't wait to see what's on the inside. All right, so I made it inside Club Abyss here for Evolution MMA. They're still setting up right now. Let's show you what the ring looks like at this moment. They are using a cage, and yeah, this is the whole venue. It's not exactly too big. There's some seats in the back, as you can see. Yeah, there you go. So, show is starting in about an hour. We're still looking for the buffet. When we find it, we'll let you know. Back in, we're with the Garv once more. The Garv this time. We're here, of course, at Evolution MMA. Garv, you've been doing these shows for a while also, right?
Yeah, Evolution, a great promotion. This is their third event, and this one is the biggest one yet, so it's going to be great.
Now, doors haven't opened quite yet, so it looks a little panicky at the moment right now. There's a sense of panic, definitely. How about you? Are you getting crazy yet?
Well, yeah, I'm jacked up on Red Bull.
Nothing's happening yet. The buffet is still not open. I'm a little disappointed by that because I am hungry. So, yeah, waiting to get the show on the road, but nonetheless, looks like it'll be pretty packed for a small venue. Look at that again. Here at the Abyss. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll definitely be talking a little bit later. All right, so Evolution MMA Amateur 3 is over. I'm here now with the owners of the show, Katz and Jose Suarez. Guys, give us a rundown of tonight's show.
Well, a lot of work putting the fights together. You know, we had a lot of guys wanting to come out for the debut fights. A fight without experience, you have to look at the background of the gym, where he's training from, what he's doing, and try to match fights evenly. The amateurs gives you a chance to see if you really do want to fight and move on and make it a career or a hobby or not. We got 3 title fights. We had to take 2 guys, put them into one, and Kenny moved up in weight. Piotr Andrejko moved down in weight to make it a super welterweight title fight. Great fight. Justin Rios with Noel Archibald. What a great fight that was. Everybody loved that. The other 12 bouts, a lot of hard work.
Jose, fight of the night for you.
Fight of the night. Gotta give it to Kenny and Piotr. Last fight, great fight. I mean, they did their thing. They stepped up. It was a great show, great fight.
All right, guys, so when is the next show going to be for Evolution MMA?
October 2nd, we're doing our next card. Just for you guys watching us on the vlog right now, so you know, you can do a full rebroadcast of the show on GoFightLive.tv. Monday and Tuesday nights this week, the 12th and 13th at 8 p.m. So you can see the whole show if you want, and then October 2nd, we'll be back with the next show.
Check out our website, Evo AMMA. .com or CMAfighting.com also.
So October, check it out or go fight live. Guys, thank you very much tonight.
Thank you.
Check out the Fight Nerd. Thank you, sir.
All right, so we just met the owners of the show. Now let's get a little feedback from some of the journalists and some, I guess, competitor also, if you will. We got Peter Lampasona and Ed Talmo. So guys, tell us about tonight's show. What did you think of it?
It was a good night of fights, you know, their third event, and you know, they keep coming out stronger every time. And you know, competition is great in this sport, and that's what's building this sport, and that's what's making it the biggest sport in the nation right now, and in the world actually. And there's so many great amateurs out there, so many great amateur teams, that it's not really competition, it's just building this sport as I see it.
I know, Pete, fight of the night for you.
Fight of the night, that's a rough one. I actually had 2 possibles I was gonna in the notes I was gonna decide. I really like the last fight. I like the title match at the end just for the energy of it. And also, you mentioned Billy D. Williams. You were wondering how he was doing. Well,
yes, I did.
He did pretty well. That was a very cool fight overall. But I do need to thank all the fighters for making my job so easy as a writer, because this is going to be a lot of material for tomorrow.
All right, now, Ed, you got a show coming up also, September 11th, I believe. Tell us a little
September
about
11th, Trump Arena. We're gonna have 16 great fights on the card, possibly 3 title fights. Working on it right now. Gonna be just another crazy night for Asylum at the Trump Arena. Another sellout crowd. And then we got September 25th at the arena in Philadelphia, South Philly. And you know, Asylum, we're just building and building, and gonna go on top this year, and that's just how we run it.
What's that website for Asylum? You gotta plug
www.asylumfightleague.com.
All right, now let's go try and find that buffet finally. All right, so that was our trip to Sayreville, New Jersey for Evolution MMA. Unfortunately, we did not find the buffet. When we did find it, it was already closed and demolished by the denizens of New Jersey. So, Pete, any last words about the trip?
Well, I think I could sum it all up fairly easily. Evolution AMMA is still probably my favorite amateur show that I've been to in the region, though this was just a bad choice of venue.
It was not a very good venue, not a very photo-friendly venue, I should say. But hopefully the next show will be better. I definitely give them a second chance, and if you're in the area, you should come support your local MMA shows as well. So,
to be fair, the fighters did great.
Yes, fighters were good, so I mean, you can't really take any of that away from them. It's just a bad venue choice. So, either way, next Evolution MMA show, we mentioned was going to be in October, so come check that out. And on behalf of Pete Lampasona from Matt Combat Sports and myself, the Fight Nerd, thanks for watching. See you again.